Hello there, my name is Peter Thompson, and in this DVD I'm going to show you the importance of your feet. Your feet are your only contact with the ground, and they will have a dramatic influence on how the rest of your body moves. If your feet are positioned incorrectly for whatever reason, then your knees will be wrong, and your hips would be wrong, and your shoulders would be wrong, and your arms would be wrong, and therefore the club will also be in the wrong place at each part of the swing. I have a thing about feet. Feet are, to me, so important that I sometimes spend a whole lesson with some of my pupils just on getting your feet into the correct position for logical reasons based on what your body needs to do in the swing in order to hit good golf shots. The whole point of the swing, the only point of the swing, is to get the club head to travel down the target line. This line is the target line, and the club head must go down the target line for the ball to go straight. Let me show you what happens if you have what is known as a very open stance. This is very open, feet pointing way to the left, but I can still get the club head to travel down the target line with my feet pointing 30-40 degrees to my left. Feet open, body can turn quite easily, and the club head straight down the line towards the target. If we have what is called a closed stance, my feet are now pointing out to the right, the club head now will go out to the right, so the ball will have to go to the right. Then you'd have to turn your hands over to get the ball to come back towards the target. To try and get the club head to go down the target line with a closed stance, closed means pointing to the right, then you'll have to try and turn your body round to get the club head to go down the line. And it is physically impossible, I'll repeat that, it is physically impossible to move the club head down the target line with a very close stance, because your body is in the way. Close stance, ball will go to the right, or you'll try and make it go straight, or you'll then come round and across the ball. You may have discovered already why a lot of your shots go straight to the right or they go to the left. It's nearly always because your feet are in the wrong place. Your feet have to be on the ground in a certain way. We never want a closed stance unless, of course, you're trying to play a draw. But with a closed stance, your feet are pointing to the right, which is where you want the ball to go to. Then the ball will go to the right, but the face is pointing straight, so you'll get a spin. So the ball will spin right to left, the ball will go to the right where your feet are pointing, and then draw back to the target. This is the very open stance again, and quite easily the club head will go down the target line. The current American Masters champion, Bubba Watson, left-handed, he points his feet 30 degrees to his right of where he wants the ball to go. Very open stance, very effective stance. Normally, the average top professional golfer would have their left toes slightly behind the right toes, about maybe an inch. So your feet are always pointing to the left again to allow you to turn through the ball correctly, keeping the face going down the target line. The ball has to be hit forward towards the target. Another reason why you must hold the golf club correctly and have your feet in the right position is this. Watch carefully. If I position my right foot inwards and my left foot outwards, and then try and turn my shoulders, I can manage maybe 45 degrees. Not enough. I can, however, go through the shot quite nicely. So, right foot turned in, left foot turned out, a very restricted shoulder turn, and lots of turn going through. If I turn my feet the other way, so my right foot is turned out, my left foot is turned in, I can now get big shoulder turn, maybe 120 degrees, 130 degrees, but I can't swing forward. Maybe you suffer from a pain in your lower back, or maybe in your knees. If you stand with your feet like that, big turn, but you can't go forward. Could well be why your lower back and your knees hurt, and even possibly your neck. If we have your right foot pointing straight and the left foot turned out maybe 20-30 degrees, I can now turn round about 90 degrees, and 90 degrees in the backswing is maximum. There's no point in turning more than that. So 90 degrees turn in the backswing. I can then turn quite nicely through the shot. 90-degree turn from a good stance, then plenty of turn going forward, more turn, more speed, longer golf shots. Wherever your feet are, it will change the amount of turn you can have. Physically it will change it. It's the way your body is built. If, for example, your feet were both turned in, restricted turn. If they're both turned out, restricted turn. Both ways. So, right foot always pretty square to the target line, right angles to the target line, left foot always turned out, so then enough turn going back, plenty of turn going forward. So, good grip, very important. Feet, equally as important. Your only contact with the club is with your hands, your only contact with the ground is with your feet. So, right foot square, left foot turned out, left toes just behind the right toes. This isn't an open stance, this is a normal stance. This will allow you to move the club head down towards the target line. I went to the Masters in 2004 and I spent 10 hours on the second tee just watching all the top pros in the world, watching their feet. And with almost no exceptions, they had their right foot square, the left foot turned out. The only exception was the winner that year, Phil Mickelson, left-handed. His left foot was square and the right foot was turned out. Same principle. Nice and square, turned out, enough turn going back. Remember, 90 degrees is maximum. If you can turn more, there's simply no point. Position your feet, turn round as far as you comfortably can. Then, by having the left foot turned out, you can then move your left hip forward and turn your hips and your chest round. Feet, very, very, very important. Good turn. Loads of turn. Right foot square, left foot turned out. Allows you to turn your body through the shot and allows the club face to travel towards the target, which is the whole point of the swing, of course. So, check your feet. I'll always guarantee if you get your feet in a good position and hold the club correctly, check it out on the DVDs on the left hand grip, the right hand grip, and both hands, if you've got your feet in the right position and your hold on the golf club is correct, then you're almost certain to improve your golf. Almost guarantee it. So, right foot square, left foot turned out, left toes just behind the right toes. Your only contact with the ground, please get them in the right position. Thank you very much. Thank you.